Hi guys, dan selamat kembali ke Studio Sembang. Bersama saya, Amy, in the studio. Today, we have someone that, to be honest, I never thought I would get the opportunity to sit down and have an interview with. But when I found out that this opportunity was opening up, I cannot tell you how many nights I missed from my excitement alone. And we're finally here. I have the one and only from across the causeway, Kumar. Hello.
Hey, hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
No, thank you for spending time with us.
Oh, no, pleasure is mine.
Oh my God, backstory for you guys, yeah. We tried so hard to get this date to work. Kumar's coming on a Sunday, which is crazy.
Yeah.
On your total 72-hour trip to Malaysia, and you're here with us.
72 hour?
Yeah, you came in on
70. Oh, you mean Friday? Oh,
you're
yeah,
leaving
yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you managed to squeeze us in. Thank you so much.
No, you managed to squeeze me in.
There was no chance.
Squeezy, lemon
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Oh, yeah, lemon squeezy.
I was like, we got to do that to Kumar. Poor Kumar. Give you the full Malaysian experience.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we usually start our episode the same way, which is how was your childhood? However you want to answer.
My childhood was not very good because we were poor and my father was abusive. So I had a very bad childhood. So you have to find your way on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because now everyone is so lucky, right? Everyone's got all the help they have, all the wherever they can go and get for help. But we didn't have that. Because whatever happens in the house stays in the house. You can't call police for help. You can't call anyone. Now in Singapore, everything is no more private. If you hear screaming, you call the police. But we can't do that. So it was really tough. And I couldn't have friends. My father refused to let me have friends. Because I was the only boy in the family then. Which I'm sure he regretted when I was growing up. But then, and then so I was, he gave me dogs to be as friends.
Yeah.
So when my school ends at 1 p.m., I have to be at home by 1:15.
Yeah.
If not wet. You know, so it was tough growing up. But maybe that made me a strong person. I don't know. I'm always trying to be positive, whatever happened to you in childhood.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking like, okay, someone else going through worse. You know?
Yeah.
That's the only way I think you can console yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah. So childhood was tough. With only father, no mother. And my stepmother now took care of me, who is also my auntie.
Yeah.
So my father remarried my auntie, my mother's sister.
Wow.
Indians are complicated. We have built-in trauma.
No, I can.
And we love trauma.
Yeah. We're very.
Who else walks on fire? Only Indians.
That facts. So I suppose in that way, it's kind of ingrained into our culture a little bit. The dramaticness of it. I can relate.
We are very dramatic. We can't. That's why Indian came up with zero.
Okay.
Like Pata Kosong.
Yeah.
You know, zero is Indian thing because we make things out of nothing.
Yeah.
We create problems out of nothing. That's Indian.
But I also feel, right, if we want to find the positive in this, Indians at creating something out of nothing also sometimes create some magic and some art too.
Yeah, I agree. It can go both ways.
So it's a very, very balanced.
I created out of nothing and it became positive, right?
Yeah.
Because I did stand-up comedy in an era where nobody would have ever thought of.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And I think it's so interesting for us to learn about. I remember when I first encountered you through your work and I thought wow, what an incredible individual who is so funny and so authentic and so confident. You are a complete and total badass on stage and it's so fun to watch. And then when I researched more about you and I learned more about your story, I'm like, wow, it's always sometimes that the most difficult situations shape the most diamond-like human beings. That tends to be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you recall back to your childhood, what was the earliest version of yourself that you remember? And where did you find the confidence that we all now benefit from watching on stage?
Earliest childhood would be, I was born in town.
Yeah.
You know. And I didn't have a kampong lifestyle. So I was born in town, which is in SPCA. And my father was the caretaker for the dogs.
Wow.
So I was born there and lived my teenage years. I mean, till we had forced to move out because Singapore government, they like to move you out to a government flat. That was already, I was in the army or in the teens, I think. So it was very weird because McDonald's those days was a birthday event or a celebration. Now it's every day, right?
Yeah.
So we couldn't afford a lot of things, so we had to lead a very simple life. So, you learn, it's a very humble beginning to where you are now. And the confidence level came because of public They gave me the support. They say, oh, you're great, you're good, you're so funny. But sometimes I don't know how to react because I'm very bad at it. Once I'm off stage, I become a bit reserved. I'm only comfortable with people I'm close to. So it's their support that make me confident, and I think confidence is very important because when you're on stage, you hold the court. And because it's also my happiest moment of the day. So I love what I do, and so I build it. Confidence. Because I love to put on makeup. I mean, those days behind closed doors when my mother is like out for work, or I'll put on a sari and try. Then got caught many times. And my mother said, it's not for you, it's only for girls. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. I don't know. I didn't know the difference, you see, because I already know I was different.
Yeah.
So I brought that on stage to get my attention from the public. Because those days, I think when people see a cross-dresser, they'll do a double take to make sure it's a woman, right? Now it's different. Now it's totally, everyone is blended into the society. So I wanted to get people's attention. So I went in drag. And I got people's attention, the police, everyone's attention, because it wasn't allowed back then. Because it's either you're a prostitute.
Yeah.
That's how they connect.
The association.
The transgender, which are all prostitutes. You can't work in a normal life. Where I opened my performance it's called Boogies. We opened the cabaret club there. Cabaret club means hostess. How can you just do a show and everybody just come and watch and go? How does this work? They need girls. This is not a girl club. No. It's not hostess. No. It's just a show. So they couldn't really. So they were making the rules as long while they were going on. Like they come and watch me and they're like, okay, you cannot do that. I said, why? Oh, because it's you cannot. Because my dancers were dancers, they were touching when they do lifts with the girls, they will lift them. So, you cannot touch a girl's thigh because that's wrong signal. I'm like, it's dancing. It's how it is now, right? I mean, it is dancing. So we had to, all the while we had to prove a point like, okay, this cannot, why? And I want to know why. And then when they say why, I want to cross-examine whatever you just said because I think it's not right. And then they will just, oh, okay, then you just do lah. Oh, as long as public don't complain. So public didn't complain about the show. Then we just became a success because it was a naughty thing to do at night back then.
Yeah.
So it was tough. They were on my back for a good 2 years.
Yeah.
Then they just let me go.
Yeah.
But there were no complaints and everyone is coming out. Everyone's coming having good time. And because the jokes were like, okay, something that we do not talk about, taboo, sex or whatever.
Yeah.
And people just loved it. So police let me alone and here I am still standing.
No, that's great because I think you hedged your bets with the public and they had your back.
Yeah, they had my
loved
back.
what you did.
Yeah.
I think another thing that I wanted to ask you, especially about I guess the early days of your foray into entertainment, right, is that in Asian culture, which sometimes can be full of pressure, expectations, what you need to deliver on, living your life sometimes for your parents and less so for yourself. And being the only son in a South Asian household comes with its own set of expectations and a lot of things.
Then my brother came along and everything stopped for me.
Was it easier for you after that?
Yeah,
because you're just like, okay, now we are sharing this. It's not just me.
Yeah.
But still, regardless, right? I think there's a lot of times where we meet individuals who have lived their entire lives succumbing to that external pressure and they just internalize it. And eventually that spark in them, that creativity that we get to enjoy from your personality disappears.
Yeah.
This was not your life. You were determined that you were like, I'm gonna wear whatever the hell I want, and I'm gonna go and I want people to see me.
It's either you swim or you drown.
Yeah.
So I wanted to. I've always been a fighter. Ever since I was young in the army or in school or what, I always want to be better than all the boys because the cat calls were became your middle name.
Yeah.
So I always want to be better than the boys to prove them that what I can do, you cannot do.
Yeah.
But what you can do, I can do.
Yeah.
So, and it's always been a challenge for me. And it's sad because back then you really had to prove a point,
Yeah.
I mean, going to school in bruises and all that, but dad beating you up all the time and because alcohol was an issue for him and the names in school was really, really bad. And also because last time they were more racist. Like 𝙏𝙃𝙄𝙎, the toothpaste.
Yeah.
My classmate asked me, is this your uncle, the black guy? I'm like, that's why 𝙏𝙃𝙄𝙎 changed to Dali now. Even they realize that it's being a big. So now it's no more. I mean, you get it still, but not as often as last time, because it was so racist.
Yeah.
And you have to live through all that, the racism in school, and then going home to alcoholic father, and then, wow, it was tough. But yet, I was
persevered.
always positive.
Yeah.
I always say tomorrow will be better.
Yeah.
but it was never better. It just got better because what he could do behind the walls, he couldn't do it in the government flat. So then he stopped lah. After like many years. Because the divorce from my mother affected him a lot because we reminded of the failure in his marriage. My father's from India, so they don't believe in divorce those days. Now it's so fashionable to divorce.
But unfortunately, that's the reality of the bloody world nowadays, because I think perseverance is no longer something that is
because also
a part of...
women are more independent.
This is also, yes, I would agree
Women
with this.
are also working.
Yeah.
My mother was a housewife. So whatever shit she got, she had to stay in the marriage. But now, women are more independent and some women are even earning more than men. So men get very intimidated. And because women are independent, so they have the power to talk back.
Yes.
Because I don't need you, So if you're wrong, I'll tell you you're wrong. And a lot of men don't like women giving opinion. Opinionated women are not welcome in the society.
On occasion, yeah.
Yeah. So you need to make it work. Marriage, you need to make it work. Communicate, compromise.
Yeah.
And have date nights.
Yeah.
Dump your kids with your in-laws, let them suffer, and have date nights. Because I really think marriage needs to work. Because divorce is the easy way out. You need to deal with issues that you have. When you're angry with someone or your wife, walk away. Go and calm down and come back. Don't raise your voice because she's going to raise, you're going to raise, she's going to raise. It's never going to end.
Yeah.
So I always feel that marriage is so important. And if you're ready to, a lot of people have married and then when they move in, they didn't like each other's lifestyle because, suddenly your husband is dirtier and like smelly or whatever.
Yeah.
And there were cases of divorce like that in Singapore. And I'm saying that you need to not live with him first. But when my brother was dating, my mother said, how come he's always staying with her on the weekends?
Yeah.
My mother said, are they having I'm like, duh. No, they're playing carom. Of course lah, what do you think? My mother like, how can you be so direct to me?
Yeah.
I say, what is it? Indian mothers,
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just telling you, it is happening. Deal with it. No more is after marriage, I'm going to be able. Now, any girl is a virgin is bonus.
Yeah.
So my mom is very open as long as you are somebody else's child. When it's my child, she comes with this conservative package like, oh, you have to do this.
Yeah.
And now she's dealing with all that because my brother doesn't want to have a kid. He didn't have a kid. He bought a dog to tell my mom, this is your child. The kind of thing. And he wants to keep his money for himself and go for holidays with the wife and all that. So it's fine. I'm totally happy with that. You're happy.
Yeah.
Do what makes you happy. It's very important as long as you don't hurt anyone.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So my mom says elder brother is younger brother doesn't want to have a kid. I'm not going to have a kid. I said, Mom, I have 4 dogs. You can have anyone.
Yeah.
She's like, no, dogs do not replace kids. I said, yeah, but they don't talk back.
Love does come in so many different forms. And I think for our parents' generation, it was always about, because to be fair, I come from an Indian family as well. My mom is Indian and she protected me with everything she had. And there were phases of my life too where I looked at my mom and I'm like, you are standing in my way of everything that I wanted, woman. And only now, I think many years of experience of being 18 later, I look at my mom and I'm like, there's nothing that this woman wouldn't have given to protect me from her worldview.
Yeah.
But with the speed that the world is changing,
tell me about it.
What is necessary and what is needed for an individual to survive and thrive also changes.
No, but sometimes it's so hard to keep up,
Yeah,
like
it's
you
really
want to just
tough.
okay, I'm done.
What do you mean? You are so on the pulse. You're on stage entertaining everybody of all backgrounds and all ages.
No, because I feel like sometimes it's moving too fast, right? The world now.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Like you really need to I'm like, okay, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with the AI. I don't want to live through it.
Yeah.
I really want to die early.
Kumar, please don't say that. We kind of need you because I think that whilst AI will take over many
I'll tell
human
my
jobs,
helper to put red poison in my coffee. Then don't tell me.
Kumar, you're joking, right?
No.
Huh?
Seriously. I don't want to live through like 80.
Oh, yeah, it's quite a tough age.
There's no future. Look at the Gen Z. They can't
like
work. You scold them at work. They don't come back. They say quiet quitting, but they never quit. They're just quiet. What kind of terms do you use? And everything has to be labeled for the Gen Z. Everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of marketing towards Gen
They're
Z
like
right now.
Relationship, situationship.
Yeah.
I don't understand. What the hell is situationship?
Oh,
you don't
yeah,
have a
this is
relationship,
wild.
but you just want to have sex.
I
So the
don't
guy is
understand
dating
it.
5 other women and you are waiting for him.
No, maybe you're also dating 5 other people too.
Yeah, and then the dating app is also like all the Gen Zs have left the
that's
dating app
crazy.
because they think that it's all scammers and phishing, and the people filter their face until it looks so stunning when you meet them in person. Can I have a question for you?
Yeah, please.
Where to get the best nasi lemak in KL? Because I've had the worst so far for the past 15 years I've been coming over.
You're really trying to get me deported, Kumar. That's all I can
No, but
say.
where to get the best nasi lemak?
I cannot, like, for actual reasons, for deportation reasons, cannot answer that question on camera.
You're Malaysian. How can you be
I will
deported?
be lynched by all of the other nasi lemak places that I don't mention.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm still finding I have very
I
bad
can't believe you
experience.
stick a Singaporean and a Malaysian in a room, give it 2 minutes, they're talking about food.
No, it's not that. It's just that I never had the best. I had the best prawn mee here.
Yes.
My manager brought me to one street stall. No, street stall food is really good here.
Right.
Yeah. Singaporeans will not do that. But street stall food is so good here.
It actually is. And we actually have chairs that you can move.
Yeah.
So that's huge. That's a big deal for us.
Chairs that can move.
Singapore, I heard
But
you
you
guys
can't
have
do
a
that in
different
India.
system.
You can't do the street stall food in India.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't. You'll
I've
have a
always wondered.
diarrhea.
I've never been.
Your lemony squeezy for 3 days.
Lemony squeezy.
At the back.
I am still waiting for my trip to the motherland. Not yet.
You're Sri Lankan.
No, I'm also Indian.
Oh.
Quarter Indian, quarter
Motherland,
slice.
you can go. But please carry a lot of bacon. Because motherland, the BO is quite strong.
Okay. I mean, I will bear that in mind for when I
Because
do.
I had a very bad experience when I was there last year.
Did you?
The armpit smell was...
Really?
Yeah, it was lingering throughout the whole trip.
Oh.
You know, the caramelized onion smell. Oh.
Oh my God.
Thank God we are groomed. We had our own issues. I mean, we all had our own issues. I mean, when we were growing up, we also didn't use deodorant, right? So until we realized that, I think my armpit is smelly, then we start using. And it's just basic grooming. Because when you go there, they all smell alike.
Right.
You have to be an alien to realize that is BO.
But I suppose also sometimes I think it is I'm trying to save the situation here, the socio-economic structure. I think it's also the fact that different circumstances, and I think...
To have a BO?
Well, no, but to be fair, if we're going to talk specifically about BO, have you ever met people with the most audacious BO and they don't realize it because they live with it every day? They don't smell it.
Yeah.
So it's like, here's the question. Is it the BO that's the problem or is it our noses?
No,
'Cause
it's
we're
just that we are
not-
very sensitive to smell.
That's probably the issue.
And do not spray perfume when you're BO because
it just makes
it
the
worse.
problem exponential, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay, never mind. So where do you get the best nasi lemak?
Okay, so there's several places that I can take you. I'm appalled that you have never been to Malaysia and had nasi lemak that has completely changed your entire life.
No, I've never had really good one.
Have you been to Village Park? That's like one of our most astounding nasi lemak places. It's
I
a
don't know.
really good nasi lemak. You've not been?
No.
Yeah. Who are you hanging out with?
Another Indian who only brings me to like restaurants and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you've met another Indian to add to your collection today.
That's nice. Yeah,
And I'm not saying anything about your recommendations, but like we have to fix this because this is appalling.
Yeah.
This is very bad.
Yeah, very
After this, what are you doing? I know it's a Sunday, but
But no, I got another interview after this
ayo.
with the magazine.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't pronounce the name. Whatever the name is.
L'Officiel.
L'Officiel.
Yeah.
You can pronounce it L'Officiel.
No, I think so, but I've
Okay,
always called it
never mind,
that.
then I'll
and-
ask them.
Probably better.
L'Officiel, where's the best nasi lemak?
Okay,
And
but
they'll
if
be-
they say anything other than that, Burung Hantu is also really good. Burung Hantu is also really good, to be fair.
But burung no.
No. No. You see,
Cannot.
I'm
His
going to
friend-
be
his
murdered.
friend
I'm sorry,
owns it.
Malaysia. Huh?
Yeah.
It's good.
Not anymore, I think,
Not
because
anymore,
now it's central kitchen. When you go central kitchen, the food is always no good.
What central kitchen?
You know when you do mass,
Yeah.
what they do is they don't do it at home. They go
No,
to
but
a
you cannot
central
order.
kitchen.
That's what that's how you messed up. That's your first step in the wrong direction. You must go there.
No,
Yes.
when they go to central kitchen, that means when they have a business.
Yeah.
Like old chunky karopap
Yeah.
is not good anymore because it's central kitchen. Because they're doing the mass.
Okay.
Then the mass, they lose the flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's happening to a lot of businesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll brainstorm this together as a team. We'll fix it.
Yeah, you do an episode on central kitchen. A lot to talk about.
I need you to come back to Malaysia for that. You know I can't handle this alone. This is way too much pressure. I'm
In
not
Singapore,
doing it.
2 Indians is called illegal gathering already.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, sorry, three.
Do you think the Mat Salleh will help offset any of this? No.
No,
No.
Masale will never get it.
Bloody hell. Ayo, nonsense lah. Okay, anyways, back to the point because we've already,
Back to the
it's the
interview.
food. It's the food. Back to the interview. So, how did you first actually step into entertainment? I know you've got quite like a long
No,
history
I was
predating.
already acting.
Yes.
When I was like in the 20s. And then I wanted to moonlight because not enough money. They were
Yeah.
not paying well. It was a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so somebody came up to me and said, hey, there's a stand-up comedy work for
Yeah.
$40 a night at this bar. I said, okay, I don't mind doing it. And I said, I can't do jokes. No, it's scripted. So somebody's writing it. You just have to memorize because you can act, right? So you just act it out. But you have to play a drag queen. You have to play Indian movie queen.
Okay.
So, okay, $40. That time money was very big. So I went to do it. And then after that, somebody else approached me and said, you want to do bigger? Like you want to perform in a bigger space, your own club. I mean, not my own club. Perform in a bigger space, a better salary. I said, okay. Then after that, rest is history.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like, I mean, looking back at it now, where you started and where you are now are completely two different places. Has that caught up with the way you perceive yourself?
I actually don't understand the question. But
Meaning like, okay, I
can
think
I
when you...
simplify?
Okay, I will.
No, I understand, but I don't.
I will elaborate further,
elaborate,
right?
yeah.
Wow. So my point is, I think when you start really from the ground up, building every single day, now it is indisputable that you have reached mainstream success internationally, outside of even the country that you started in.
Yeah.
Has that, like when you wake up in the morning, does it hit you how much you've accomplished, or do you still see
No,
yourself
I wake up
as
every morning, I'm just grateful for that I'm alive and grateful for what you have. People forget to be grateful for many things. The simplest thing. Be grateful. A lot of people think it's entitlement. Like especially the Gen Z again. Everything is entitlement. They forgot that it's a privilege to have a roof over your head, food on the table, to even have parents. They forget all that. And they simply talk back by saying, then you give birth to me for what? And I think it's just not right. So I think you have to be grateful, which is so good. Like you just be grateful that you're alive. You're grateful that you're breathing. Grateful that you can go to work. Get a salary and put on the table. I think that's my biggest takeaway after reading 𝙏𝙃𝙄𝙎's book.
Okay. 𝙁𝙃𝙄𝙎 was the one who awoke this concept.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
He's brilliant. And then somebody say he's married. Yeah, although a lot of married men are in the thing.
What?
A lot of married men.
That is...
Disgusting.
Isn't that kind of really tragic?
Yeah, it's like scary for me because you want to have both holes. Both worlds. Did you say both holes? So you want to have both worlds, sorry.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy the both part of it.
Yes,
and
of
then
course.
leave that two to suffer.
Yeah.
So selfish. I'll be positive. Maybe they're just curious, they want to try, So where did we go? How did we end here?
I don't know. We were talking about nasi lemak, I feel like 10 minutes ago. And then we're talking about, other things.
We went nasi lemak to... That's so weird.
It was a world tour that we were on.
Yeah, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go back to where we were.
How do we go back to that?
We go back to...
Now that we've entered, back to the questions, right?
Yes.
Okay, when you look back, I think everyone's big break is something that really changes the trajectory of their lives. In entertainment specifically, this is spoken about forever. What do you consider yours to be?
What was the question again?
What do you consider...
Sunday I'm off, right?
Yeah,
So
I understand.
Yeah, so please,
it's okay. We can do
you make
this.
it simpler, so it's easier.
What was your big break from your perspective?
My big break was fifth month into the stand-up thing in 1992. I did my first joke, and then I packed in the crowd. Because before that, I'm not allowed to do, because police didn't allow me. So they all were knock-knock jokes, which were not funny.
Then how did you get sudden approval to do it?
I didn't get approval. I just dared it. I pushed the boundary. And the police said, why did you do this? I said, I didn't say I didn't say the private part. I said down there. If the audience took it as not my fault.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Then I packed in. Oh, that was my, okay, I got the winning thing.
Yeah. And the audience loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. Because
Crazy.
Singapore was so conservative that they needed something like this to have fun, like let's go out and have a great laugh, and then it's just, and people just loved it. Like, the open-minded ones, the conservative ones who wants to be, people bring their friend, people start bringing the angmos down because they want to show what this is Singapore's you think Singapore is all clean, we have a dirty part of it. Besides prostitution, we have Kumar. So, yeah. And then people, birthdays, there were girls who, at 21, they come and celebrate. And then they get married, they come there as well. I mean, there were hen night, Now, how many people do hen night? I've not seen any.
There are quite a few.
There are?
Yeah.
More private, I think. More people are more interested in doing big gender reveal.
Yeah,
baby gender reveal.
This is a huge thing as well.
My time, my parents didn't do. Because if they knew that was me, my mom would have just aborted me.
Don't say like that.
I'm saying because I'm walking on a fence, right?
Okay, do you know what? If I ever get to a point in my life where I am doing a gender reveal for whatever reason, for a baby that I may decide to not have in the future, but we don't know yet, will you come and host it for me?
I'll do it for you for free.
Oh.
But
you promise?
No, but this gender reveal is going to go it's already like going out of fashion already. Okay, let's go back to the topic.
Okay, perfect. No, okay, so what were we talking about?
That was my turning point. And
your big break.
And then when people started saying like, oh, then I started doing TV.
Okay.
Then I became too famous, so I had to stop TV because I realized I didn't have a private life. I can't go public.
Yeah.
I had to stay indoors all the time, and I don't want that kind of lifestyle. So I stopped TV and I got back my life, and then I did everything else. I just worked nightly, like really work. And my father wanted me to work 9 to 5 job, a proper job. I said I'm working 9 to 5, just 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. 9 to 5, But I had so much things to go through, especially with my dad, my mom, because my mom until today cannot accept my lifestyle. So I am always telling her that it's good money. It's clean money. It's not. She understands now, so she leaves me alone. But my father was like, never talked to me for 7 years.
Yeah.
And didn't take my money because he thought it's dirty money. And after 7 years, my father one day, Deepavali, came up to me and said, you're going to be alone for the rest of your life, so please save money. So that's his acceptance. And you see now, the younger people, they live for the society. They don't live for themselves anymore. They're pressured by, I need to be a millionaire by 35.
Yeah.
I need to live in a condo. I need to drive a nice car. It's society pressure. Not, if they cannot afford that, they can do depression and they commit suicide because they can't live up to the society. But live for yourself. It's so important.
And what does this mean and how do you do it?
I don't think at the end of it all, it's all about money. It's not about the 1 million in the bank. It's whether you're going to wake up tomorrow or not. Not live for what you want. Live for what you need. If I need to buy a cup of coffee, if I can afford that, be grateful that you can afford that. Some people out there can't even afford that.
Yeah.
So what you have, it's your own success is not measured by others. It's measured by yourself. So you need to find your happiness, which a lot of people are not. I've told my friends who are working in corporate world are very stressed out. I say, go and find a hobby. Do whatever makes you happy. Go and play football. Go and do the gym. Go and do something that benefit you in the end. Play pickleball. Do something, at least you will be happy. Don't sit there and say, I'm stressed with work. And then what? You're going to change job and then go back and then another job. There are politics everywhere. In different job scope, there's different kind of politics. I'm sure you're also in this line. There's a lot of politics of people backstabbing you, people saying bad things about you, another person doing podcasts not happy with you. I'm sure you have all that.
For sure.
Yeah, but what? Your beauty, they don't have. So it's bitterness. I'm telling you, people, why can't we be happy for that person? I'm doing this, you're happy, you're doing better, I'm happy for you. It's because greed is killing all of us. It's like, that's why scammers are always winning, because you're greedy. You want to put 800 investment, you get $3,000 in return, and then you put 3,000 and then the person disappears. Your 3,000 is gone. So don't be greedy. Greed is killing all of us.
Yeah, this is true.
It's true.
And I think
Is it too serious?
No, I don't think so. I think
it's not right. Okay.
I think it's interesting, and I think it's also relatable and important.
Yeah, it's important. Really, life needs to be celebrated.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean go and do drugs and celebrate. That's different. Just be happy. As long as you're not doing anything illegal, you're not hurting anyone, you are perfectly fine. And stop vaping.
Oh, I agree with this.
Huh?
I agree with stop
Yeah.
vaping. Yeah, absolutely.
Stop vaping, because vaping is so deadly and people don't realize it until you end up in the hospital, which is too late already.
What you said is actually so important to be said, because all of currently maybe the issues that we're facing boil down to this same issue, which is greed and trying to settle everything and go for the easiest, fastest option, which is not usually what turns out to be long-term success.
Yeah, because there's no shortcut in life. And people think there is shortcut in life. There's no shortcut. Hard work always pays off.
I agree.
I believe hard work. Like, see, we are here on a Sunday.
Yeah.
We don't have to do this, But we're doing this because we want to do.
Yeah.
Not just because of money, but we want to do it because we need to tell people we are still out there. Like, I need to tell people I'm still out there. You need to tell people you're working. But it's something that people forget that. You see, like, for an example, a lot of the younger generation, they do content creators, influencer, whatever they call themselves. Some of them look like they got influencer. And
Sambil.
Yeah. And they want to sit there and just make money.
Yeah.
But how long is that going to last, How another content creator will come and take over your job because that person might be even more creative.
Yeah.
And then you lose everything. And there's no shortcut. So always work hard. Work hard pays off, and you also feel satisfied because you work hard for it. Like the peddlers in Singapore, like the drug abusers, they're coming from JB or from most of them from Malaysia. It's shortcut. They want that 1,000 ringgit or whatever, how much money because they want to get that. But you come to Singapore, you get caught eventually. And then there goes your life. Finish, you get hang or whatever in Singapore. But it is because all one shortcut, because you got a bigger family, you got a wife and 3 children, you got to keep them and want to give them a better life. Then work harder. There is no shortcut. Do 3 jobs, whatever.
There is a topic that haunts me, right? Every single time I step behind a mic, because I'll just share it with you. I want to get your thoughts on this. And I hope you are ready to be called a boomer, because I couldn't for this. I'll tell you the story, then you tell me what your thoughts are, right? It's on the topic of working hard. And I had a guest on this show, and we were talking about, work-life.
And the name?
The name of the guest?
No, it's okay. You don't need to say.
No, everybody will know. I've not taken the episode down, but basically she was a friend of mine, and we're both actresses, and maybe the optics was already wrong, right? And we were talking about how work-life balance is a privilege.
Yeah.
And you must secure your assets, work really bloody hard, sacrifice whatever you need to as early as you possibly can in life, and consider it a privilege that you have a job at all, and then consider work-life balance a real achievement that you unlock at like 40 or 50. So she came on the show and said, if you don't have a house, and if you don't, maybe the way that it was presented was a bit harsh, but the leading kind of ideology behind it was that, you must work really bloody hard because it doesn't come easy. And at the end of the day, everybody is replaceable if you do not keep, you cannot rest on your laurels from like 600 years ago. Then no lah, right? It's never going to work out. And we got into a lot of trouble for this. We got a lot of trouble. People were mad. They said it's everybody's right to have work-life balance. And when I read the comments, I was like, maybe they're kind of right. They're kind of onto something. Of course, it's your right to have work-life balance. But I didn't realize how sensitive of a topic this was.
Yeah, because people are getting very... What is work-life balance? I don't get it. You work hard.
Yeah, and then you also have a life.
Yeah. That's your choice. I mean, our choice. Like, if you work hard, you also have a life. I have life. I have my Netflix. I have my Prime. I don't work so hard anymore because I'm balancing it. Yeah. I'm not so greedy. Yeah. I think it's very important, but because the chase for that money that you're going for, if it doesn't happen, you think you're a failure, because people get so easily into depression now. Because depression is a thing.
Absolutely.
It's no more, because my parents won't believe I say I had depression. They'll be like, we didn't have that in our family history. I don't know, what is this depression, man? Your auntie, my grandmother never depressed. What depressed? They sweep it under the carpet. Yeah. But now it's an issue. You need to address it because it's very easy to get depressed. People just isolate themselves and they just stay away from you. They don't, because when you make sense, people don't like. You know what I mean?
They feel very attacked.
Yeah. And if you tell me, let's retire early, and then what are you going to do after that? Dementia will set in. So I want to work till I die. I want to work. It's not just for the money, to keep yourself active, Yeah. Your mind needs to be active. Yeah. If I cannot work anymore, and I'll go and work in some supermarket or what. Because when you're a senior citizen in Singapore, got a lot of help.
Yeah, that's great.
They pay you a daily salary. You just go and work, keep your mind active. It's so important. Yeah. Don't say, I'm retired, so I must do rest at home. And no such thing. Work. Even if you have enough money, just work. Until you cannot work, then it's margaya lah.
Yeah. Then it's game over lah.
Game over lah. Yeah. That's why I say I don't live under 100.
Yeah. Another thing that I did want to kind of ask you about is whether you think that these types of like issues, before we move on to the next topic, more affect men or women, or if this comes hand in hand.
Which one?
About greed and having to like, take the easy way out. And do you think that this is societal pressure?
I really think actually men put on a lot of hats. And women just want men to understand them. And it's so hard for men to do that. Because men are providers, right? And
Yeah.
what do? They bottle up.
Yeah.
And women will talk about it openly.
Yeah.
And I don't know your problem. So men always one step back. Because they cannot face it. Because it's ego comes in the way.
Yeah.
And that is an issue for men. For women, it's different. It's like, I have a friend whose wife got herself a Celine bag
Okay.
because she wants to give herself a present. And he couldn't deal with it.
He was upset.
Yeah, he's telling me, how can she buy a Celine bag for herself? I said, because she wants to present herself, because she works so hard. And she uses her own money, not yours. But no, but that's waste of money. I said, no, it's not. You give yourself a present. So you deserve it. Because she works very hard, right? It's the only Celine bag. It's not like every month she's buying. So give her a break, because sometimes men cannot accept. They don't seem to understand, give yourself a present. Because you work so hard. Let's say you get a bonus of whatever, $1,000 or what. You just top up and buy yourself something. I think it's very logical and real that you need to do that for yourself. Pat on your shoulder, okay, I work so hard, I got this. But a lot of men don't understand that.
Do you think they should more often? Do you think that would fix some things?
Yeah, it'll fix a lot of things if they come up and talk. That's why my podcast, right? So they come up and talk about their problems or whatever. I'm open to it. Men have issues about that. They were always brought up in a world, like especially if you're Indian, it's even worse. You don't talk about it. It's better not to talk about it. So you bottle up. Suicidal rate in India is mostly men because they bottle up. When they explode, they cannot take it. They jump down.
So, Kumar, I have a question, just to play devil's advocate, right? This is not my belief, but this is like a wide societal thing that I think it's either, and men sometimes they reinforce this even, where there's a lot of like issues in terms of like, needing to uphold a specific image around their friends and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the definition of even what it means to be a man is like, there's no concrete answer to this.
Yes.
And anything that they perceive to be emotional or whatever is always relegated to female behavior, and men feel like they need to, stay away from this. And this whole gender identity thing is so complex and so layered. Like, do you think, what is your response to that? Like, how has you starting a podcast, right?
Yeah.
To talk about these types of things and how it impacts society and men. What's your thoughts on it?
I think I'm going the right way because I want to do for men, and because I think men also go through divorce, men also go through depression. So I'm there to come and talk about it. Maybe you might get help, because talking is the best thing. Talk to a friend, talk to someone, because I think it will take a lot of things off your chest. Just talking. Because as a friend, when my friend has a problem, I don't advise. Because I'm not an expert. I just listen. Because that was my 2024 goal, is to listen. 2023, I said, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say. If a friend has put on weight or whatever, how come you're fat? Everybody put on weight after COVID because we were all snacking at home. So, and then this year is just talk. Whatever it is, talk. Talk to your friend, talk to whoever you're comfortable with. If you have any doubts, he might not help you, but at least someone listen to you. And that is what I'm trying to do. If you have a problem, talk to me. Because I interviewed, before the dentist, I interviewed Gen Z, 29-year-old, who's a busker. He lives day to day. He doesn't think about tomorrow. So he's just busking in the streets. And then he keeps all the money and takes a flight to Germany, then carry on busking there. And then from there, he saves money and then goes to India. He's just busking. He doesn't think about tomorrow I got food or not. No, it's for today. And it's such a brilliant thinking, because with the young people now, they want to think about 10 years down the road, But he doesn't even think about tomorrow. There's a wake-up call for a lot of people out there, because I feel people are planning too far, because...
Do you think so?
Yeah, because I think if you don't get there, what happens? Let's say I got my friend's children who are like, by 27, I want to own a condo. But he's already 28. He doesn't own a condo. And then isolate himself. So they're trying to do the intervention, right? Intervention. And it's so hard. You see how they cannot get, then they get into something else that makes them depressed or go into drugs or something else to keep their mind off that. And it's so sad. So don't think so far. Think about tomorrow. Because how sure are you that you're going to wake up tomorrow? Because with the cardiac arrest, everyone is dying in their sleep, right? Because cancer now in Singapore is below 40.
That's so crazy.
It's crazy.
Piece
So
of news, huh?
it's no more old people disease. It's gone below. You know, diabetic in Singapore, highest is like 11 years old. Because it's the fast food.
Do you think so?
It's the
lifestyle changes, right?
It's the ice
diet,
cream. It's the
Yeah.
I cannot say the brand, but it's the McFlurry and all that. That's why I never did fast food, and I'll never do fast food.
Yeah, that's why our chicken bolster is right on the other side of the couch.
Because no,
Excommunicated.
yes,
We don't know.
Stays away from me because I'm not tempted by you. Is this original or crispy?
This is spicy, hot and spicy. Let's Malaysia lah. Come
Okay,
it's hot,
now we
spicy,
see
of course.
Chinese New Year.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Maybe we have to ikut the season.
Yeah,
moving forward.
you could like.
After that, it will
you gotta
be.
paint it a bit red.
Yeah. Then it will be Raya, so we'll have to revamp it then as well.
Yeah, then it's raya. Then you just
Yeah,
cover
like a
with the
santan.
pandan leaf.
Call it like
Yeah, pandan leaf on top you put santan.
Yeah. Oh, okay, can.
Hari Raya, right? And then Deepavali you put a knife. Because we Indians are backstabbers, so we put a knife.
Kumar! Not me lah.
No, I'm just saying.
Not.
Generally. Okay, then let's not go there.
We have to do a deep dive into your
Because
friendship
what
group.
happened,
I'm very concerned.
They
There's
put
no
this
good
out.
nasi
There's going to be a
lemak.
lot of people going to complain. Like,
Yeah.
Because we are talking about race here, so let's not go there.
I mean, there's 2 Indians on a couch, so I think there's
Yeah.
no.
No, but the netizens
Yeah.
are, the keyboard warriors are horrible. Because my first.
I do want to ask you about that too, because a lot of your stuff finds new audiences online.
That's why I have no social media. I refuse to go there
Have you never read a single comment section about
No.
yourself?
because I don't like it.
Huh?
Because I get affected. So why go there?
Do you get affected?
I do. Because
Ah.
emotionally affected.
Yeah.
So I don't go there. My social media is all run by other people.
But okay, that's so interesting because I feel like through comedy you have to be, your skin
No, but-
must be so thick and like you have to be so
no,
like
I'm not.
No.
I'm very emotionally affected.
really.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've as somebody who's come across your videos, I've read the comments and there's no bad energy there.
I've seen before and there were.
Really?
Like the podcast I did, the first episode was the busker.
Yeah.
And somebody said, oh, you have to check the technical side, the sound no good. But actually there was nothing wrong. You see, people are just commenting for the sake of commenting. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I won't tell. I told the manager, I said, the producer that, you want to reply this? Tell them. Nothing nice to say, don't say. Don't be a bitch,
Yeah.
Because I think people are just out there trying to say things to hurt you, And I don't know why people live like that. How does it make your life feel better by going out today and making someone else's life miserable? How can they sleep that night? But people do that. So now they sit behind the screen and they do all that nonsense. But then when they go out, they're like, oh, they don't look like they were that person. I don't know how people can live double life. But there are people lah.
Yeah, there's plenty.
So it's very hurting what the keyboard warriors actually say. At TikTok, when they do a video, someone do a dance, people actually say you should die. You got no talent.
Yes, I know. That's
You know
really
what I mean?
ridiculous.
How can
yeah.
people say things like that
About a dance.
about a dance that people
Yeah.
did like K-pop or what? And
Yeah.
they're no good. You can say, go and take up class, try harder. But people actually say you die. You don't deserve it. You got no talent. You're
Yeah.
ugly.
Yeah.
People are so nasty. And it's just getting worse.
I think it's because it's a For You page, right? So whenever people run across things on their, remember the FYP?
Yeah, FYP.
Because it's for you,
For
then
you.
you just assume that your opinion on these things are relevant.
But people have died.
Yes, it's true. It's not a defense or an excuse, but sometimes I sit there and I try to think about it because I'm also very sensitive. I read the comments, I'm like, oh hell no. Why? What did I do?
Why would people say anything bad about you?
I wonder the same thing all the time. Same is the question. Why would they say the audio sucks if it doesn't?
Exactly right.
Yeah, sometimes there doesn't need to be a reason. Sometimes they
it's
just had a
people-
bad day.
Yeah. You have a bad day.
Yeah.
Go and drink and party. Don't let it out on internet because it's
You heard it
not
here
really
first.
helping. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, no, it actually doesn't help you either. And
He
that's
tells
the
you because
issue.
you have a bad day. That means you had a you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be nasty to someone. You're not going to feel any better because the problem is going to be still there.
Yeah.
Solve it.
Do you feel like we lack kindness in the world at the moment?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And don't tell me I'm going to sleep over it. Solve the problem first. Because when you sleep over it, tomorrow it will be still there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sleep over issues. That's old school thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sleep over it. No, you can't. So I think people need to face their problem. A lot of people are not. So to be that, they become nasty. And they think that's moment. Just a moment. And we're going to solve your problem. And then after that, what's happened? More people are going to hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Why you want to go there?
Yeah.
Right? So nothing nice to say, don't say.
Yeah. This is true.
Right?
You're an incredibly philosophical person, which is so cool to see as well. There's so much depth.
Yeah. I've become this.
Yeah.
Because I've learned it. 𝙏𝙃𝙄𝙎𝙊𝘏 book. I've learned this to become better. He's Sadhguru. I'll suck anyone. No, but he needs to, I mean, people need to learn through life about whatever you're going through. And if you don't learn anything, it's not life.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to fall. Everybody needs to fall down. Then you got to wake up. Don't wait for anybody to come and lift you up. It's not going to happen. You need to fall down. Life is all about, you learn more when you fall down than when you're walking.
And people are always so terrified to fall down.
Yeah. And because nowadays the kids are so sheltered, right?
Yeah.
Parents are like, really spoil the kids. Really. I mean.
What are your thoughts on how to be a good parent as someone who is one yourself?
I think because I have a adopted son.
Yes.
And I believe that we have a unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
And I never control him. And because we spoke a lot. And he's very, very introvert. He doesn't talk about his problem. But when I know he's angry, I will know. And I'll tell him, okay, you're angry now. Go and punch the wall. Punch whatever you want to punch. But let it out. Because I think with kids, you need to talk. But not like the angmos do it. No, they don't even hit the kids. When your kids needs to get a slap, you need to slap them.
This is a statement, yeah? This is a statement.
Yeah, you really need to. Because sometimes kids are so rude to their parents. And I think that's an upbringing is so important. Yeah. Unconditional love and upbringing. Because my time, we got whacked all the time. Right? Because parents, those days, not right, whack you. Not right, whack you. You cross the road without their knowledge, whack you. Now, kids are crossing the road. Parents are walking in front. And that's how they can run over. Right? So it's like, it's all, the demographic is all so wrong. You need to protect. We have kids. But if you don't have kids, have a dog. Have a cat. Have a lizard, you can't have them. They're already in the house. They are residents of the house. I have a lot of lizards in my house.
Have you named them or no?
No, I just don't disturb them. Now they are walking on the floor in front of me because they know that I don't kill them.
You know, it's because you have to be more strict with them, actually.
Yeah, I know. My friends tell me she always talks to the lizard and the lizard doesn't come out at that time.
Yeah. Oh, she's already had a word.
She actually talked to the
Communication
she
solves
said,
everything.
No, I'm going to pray now and the altar don't come out because I'm going to pray.
Yeah.
And the lizard doesn't come out. After she finished praying, the lizard come out. Communication is so important, right?
What is going on?
No, I'm not joking. This is not made up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen my house lizard coming out below my sofa and just doing a stroll. And then when I get up,
His stroll.
They're like part
his
of the
once a day
family.
walk. I know. This is just like, oh no, it's just the lizard.
it's just lizard going for a walk. What's the
Yeah.
problem?
They need exercise too.
And my son want to kill them.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. That's very messy to kill a lizard, I think.
Yeah, people
They're
hate
quite
them.
like squishy and whatever, right?
Don't go there.
Yeah. It's better that they run away or you just tell them don't come out. The
Yeah,
end.
Don't come out. Yeah, the end.
The end,
Okay,
the
I
end.
think I have a whole family there. I think I got 4 generations. I got the small ones and I got
They're
the...
prospering
Yeah.
in your house.
Wait, and free rent.
Ayo.
And me.
Atrocious. The audacity of these lizards.
Yes, the lizard. They're just...
Make them.
They're like, okay.
Okay.
Oh God. From where to lizard? Nasi lemak to lizard.
Yeah,
no
all
connection.
around the world this episode.
Yeah,
Truly.
God.
Okay,
Okay.
so before we kind of like close everything up, throughout your years of experience, you have not just, developed your personality in comedy, you've also done TV, you've hosted. Is there any of these like branches of things that maybe calls out to you the most?
I still prefer to be live because
Really?
TV is rehearsed and you don't have much say because it's national TV, so you got to be very careful. And you can do triple takes. You can make mistake. Live, you cannot make mistake. You need to cover up immediately.
Yeah.
So it's different ball game. But I prefer to do live. And TV is just to let people know I'm still around now. And I did my so I prefer to do this. And now with my podcast, I'm even more happier.
Yeah.
It's like my way of letting out things.
Yeah. So let's talk about the podcast.
Yeah.
What made you decide to do this? Because you've got so much
No,
success.
I've thought about it ever since COVID.
Yeah.
And because I had my friends who are guys and they have problems and they cannot talk to anyone. So I thought, okay, I need to do something about this to
Yeah.
help men because the women's help is so much.
There is a lot of
A
awareness. I
lot of
think.
awareness.
Yeah.
And for men, then I found out that men also go through depression. They also menopause.
What?
They also, yes.
Huh.
It's called henopause. Hemopause. It starts with a H. Heno, something like.
This is a real. Okay,
Yeah, but
interesting.
the sad thing about men is when they menopause, they age immediately. Yeah.
So how long does this
I mean, like
process take? It's like an immediate.
immediate.
Wow.
But now women got pre-menopause, so
Yes.
they can prepare themselves for the real menopause. Men don't have. So we have to live through until you realize that, oh, I can't stand anymore. You know, so I think that's how it is. So,
Okay.
and they don't talk about it because they're shy or they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
That, oh, I don't tell that I'm going through depression or I'm lonely. Because loneliness is another thing a lot of people are going through.
Okay.
And I think it's good to come out and talk. You might make new friends.
Okay.
Don't say this is don't say I'm okay. You're not okay. It's okay to be not okay. So come out and talk. So that's my podcast all about. So I found a lot of people, a lot of guys, and it's only for men. So I'm trying to reach out to more men, like ex-offender or ex-drug addict, or people came out of depression. Like, how do you do it, right? Because a lot of people don't know how to come out of it. So you could help people by saying this, or I could get help for you to my podcast. So I thought, okay, I'll do the whole thing for men and only men. And yeah.
I think, yeah, you're right about the fact that nowadays there's a lot of focus on like women empowerment and stuff like that because historically there were less avenues for women who couldn't work, couldn't get
Yeah.
access to fair education. And so this is all a response to that
Yeah.
for women. Why do you think it is really important for men to have an equally safe space to air and voice their feelings?
Because a lot of men, they don't get help. Because people think that, oh, you are the provider, you are the man, you cannot cry, especially those days, right? Men cannot cry.
Yeah.
You don't cry, you cannot be emotional. And I think that is so important now because men do cry. And if you want to cry, you cry. It's okay to cry. Because you also a human one. So it's all the stigma of man being a man those days is changed so much now. So I want to help men genuinely want to help men to come out and talk about their problems. And like I said earlier, talking is the only one of the best solution. So maybe after talking in my podcast, your whole life might change, you know, for a better life. Because I think men are poor thing. I feel very poor people because they're very poor thing because they cannot talk. A problem with their wife, they cannot talk. They think, that's how they were brought up. They think they cannot talk. But you can. You should talk now. Then when are you going to talk? You know, like when it's too late. So I think it's time for men to talk. So my show, my podcast is called Man Enough.
Okay, I like it.
Are you man enough to talk about it?
Ooh, yeah. It's a good name.
Yeah, but it's
a really good
it's
name.
a long process.
Yeah.
But I'm patient.
How has the response been for it?
It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
Especially the first episode was
Yeah.
the busker. My second will be the dentist.
Yeah.
It's been brilliant. It's like, I mean, my producer sent me the public comment. They're like, high time that I've done this. And some people said, you are so daring. And a lot of people are supporting it publicly. And then I have the Singapore Health Promotion Board is funding my April episode.
That's amazing. So you're so well supported in this initiative, which is great.
And the Mental Health Institute
Yeah.
also supporting it. So
That's great.
yeah, so a lot of mental health issue men also have.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, but you look at someone now on the street, they look fine, but actually they might not be fine. We don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Because everyone goes through their own shit. But we're all putting out a facade that we are okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're not okay. So talk. I tell everyone that I meet, my friends, it's okay to be not okay. As long as you're willing to talk about it. And then get help. Seek help, because there's so much help now. They break it down for you. Like your mental health, they break it. Is it depression? Is isolation, loneliness, what? Then they give you the different counseling. It's great. It's just great. So I love it.
Yeah. Does comedy play into this at all?
No.
Yeah.
The podcast is quite serious. Because if you talk about suicidal, I don't want to make a joke out of it, right?
No, of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes they're funny. So we just go in, but then we move back to the topic.
Yeah. But I think it's quite unexpected from you as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They actually thought it was going to be funny, but sorry to disappoint everyone. It's not. It's just to help men. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a more fulfilling project for you?
Yes. It's very fulfilling. I think it is like one of my most happiest projects in my life, because
Really?
Did you lose my voice? No,
No.
No. So it's one of the happiest thing I'm doing, and I'm so great, and I can't go back tomorrow
tomorrow.
And then start carrying on for the next episode.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I finally did this, because the first episode we funded ourselves because nobody wanted to. They thought it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
But when it went out, and then everybody suddenly came and so I don't mind get Sheng Siong to sponsor.
Yeah. No,
Because I love Sheng Siong. You like market?
markets? Yeah.
You know what is Sheng Siong?
No.
Supermarket.
Okay. Yeah, I like supermarkets.
Why?
They're interesting. There's a lot
No, they're
there.
not. It's just therapeutic.
You mean walking through the aisles and going shopping, is
Yes.
it? Yeah. This is part of it lah.
I mean, there's no Sheng Siong here. Okay, never mind.
No?
Supermarket. I love walking through the greens and the capsicums, and then you go and you walk through everything. I love it. It's so therapeutic. I come out and I'm a new person.
And they are sponsoring your...
I hope they will sponsor me.
Oh, okay. Well, this is... I mean, if you're watching...
Yeah, Sheng Siong,
This
you're
is how
watching.
we get it done. If you're watching...
They
Sheng Siong-
love me. Sheng Siong love me because
Okay, perfect.
I go there so often that I know which aisle is what
Okay, so I will take you to Finance Dema. You take me to Sheng Siong.
when they come to Singapore.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Sorted, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That's right.
She's single, guys. Are you dating?
Am I dating?
Of course you are, right?
And I honestly am so busy that I don't even have the time. I actually seriously do not have the time. I think it would be really unfair.
So what are you doing? What else you do? You're acting.
Working, yeah. I'm acting, I host, I do all types of things. Just don't sing lah.
Okay.
Unless I'm in the shower, then I'm singing.
Okay. Don't sing. Unless you're in the shower. You got time to sing in the shower. I
I
got no
have-
time
definitely
because
have time to
you know we
shower. I
Indians
make
are very
time.
hairy. By the time I get the soap down from here to here,
Yeah.
it's almost 15 minutes. So I don't sing.
Lasered everything. So it's
Me
much
too.
faster.
I mean,
for
I
me.
did. I'm just talking for other Indian men. I've done like every month waxing from neck down to the stove.
So we are the same.
Yeah, but I don't do
We
laser
both-
because I think it's very painful.
IPL
IPL is painful.
Waxing is much more painful
But I
than
think it's
IPL.
cleaner. I live through it. I've been waxing for 20 over years. So my
Really?
Brazilian wax, I love it.
That shit.
It hurts. But then the lady does it for me. She don't do it for men, but she does it for me. We talk about movies and then she distracts me.
She's like, oh.
She's a Punjabi, so we
Yeah.
talk about Hindi movie and then she's like, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. You know,
Oh! Yeah, so you need to find someone who has a technique that makes it significantly easier.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, before we wrap things up, I do want to ask you a little bit about this because
You know
I
this
think...
before we wrap things up was half an hour ago.
Yeah. But I've got so many questions to ask.
Okay.
It's so
But you're
difficult.
not following it.
Yeah, I know. Because I was listening to what you were saying instead.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So,
we're going, the questions are going with the flow.
the questions are very much going with the flow.
Okay.
Okay, so my question is about how you decided to start this podcast and go in a direction that deviates from comedy. Because I think that's also another reminder of why you are really brave. Because I think that most people, they find commercial success with something and then they double, triple down all their time will go into that. And you are obviously an incredible comedian, right? And your shows have sold out until like the fastest sellout ever in terms of what you were selling in Malaysia. Now you're thinking about doing another one. My question is, when you go into something that's a little bit more serious, like a podcast, it also changes the way people are going to view you. Do you?
Yeah, because I really think people should see me differently.
That's great.
You know, because for years, people couldn't
Yeah.
take away the drag character, because if I had a name for the drag queen, and it would be easier for people to accept Kumar or whoever.
Yeah.
But because it was Kumar in a dress, people couldn't separate that. But now people can.
Yeah, that's great.
People have accepted the fact that, okay, this is Kumar and it's normal and it's drag. So I want to do something, and I want people to see the serious side of me, that I'm trying to help.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's more like a give back, but I don't want to say give back, go and volunteer. I want to too, but I can't find the right association. So, or the right organization. So I decided that, maybe I should do a podcast. It's my own way of giving back. But help the men, you know. And I love it how people are looking at it, because with the comments, people are now saying, where's the joke? When I was doing during COVID, when I was doing live streaming, like selling things, right? And then people say, no joke, no joke. I'm like, I'm selling things. What do you want to joke about? And people won't buy, but I'm selling a fish and I'm joking about a fish. Like,
yeah.
you know?
It can be quite boxing in, right?
Yeah, so people are so like that. So with this, people have accepted it, that there's another side of me that trying to help the men of our society. And it's no matter what age group. So I want to help. And this podcast is the beginning for my next chapter in life. You know,
Yeah.
my comedy just taking its own life.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll just carry on performing lah. But this one is my side passion that I think I'm very happy I'm doing it.
Yeah.
My next chapter of my life is help men.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm really inspired, I think. It goes to show that no matter what you achieve, you can always try to do more, and you should never limit yourself by what people perceive you to be. Even when that was comedy for you and stuff, you can still be so much more, and with so much more depth.
You need to
after
find
this.
it lah. You need to
Yeah.
you need to find out like your passion. You know,
Yeah.
like you're doing comedy, and then what you want to do next? You want to, this is that, and you need to move on. Your life needs to move. You know, so you have a new chapter. Okay, if it's unsuccessful, move on. Don't sit in that rut and then self pity. Move on.
Yeah.
Move on and do something else.
Yeah.
So this is what it's going to be like now, and I'm so excited about this whole podcast. Because,
Yeah, I know, I can tell.
yeah, so I'm like, I'm not going to stop.
Like you found this fulfillment for you.
Yes, this new fulfillment. I'm very happy.
You're also doing comedy though. You're going to be performing in Malaysia. The shows are completely sold out. It was
I
the
love
fastest
Malaysian
seller.
audience.
Really?
Yes,
Are we
I
very
love
supportive?
that.
I'm happy to hear
No,
this.
because
Go
what Malaysian
Malaysia.
audience, more like when they come, they want to laugh.
Yes.
Singapore audience, we need to warm them up. So it's a bit different, because Singapore audience are a bit more,
reserved?
no, not reserved. They're a bit more like, they also want to laugh, but they don't know, should I laugh now or should I laugh then? I mean,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Waiting for the permission.
Yeah, it's, Singapore, all rules are, we have just rules and regulations.
Yeah.
But Malaysian audience are all, from the beginning to the end, they're just laughing. They want to laugh. So they know what they're coming in for.
Yeah.
All those Singaporeans also pay the ticket, they come, they want to laugh.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's very hard. So we need to warm them up a bit. So it's different. It's different. But it's good both. For me, it's good. It's been good so far internationally.
That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear.
Yeah, thank you. Because wherever I go, it's always Asian audience or married to a white guy or whatever. But it's been brilliant. No regrets.
That's so great.
One
I
or
can't
two
wait for
places.
your
Yeah.
1 or 2 places only regret.
Yeah.
The rest all
Fine.
smooth and easy.
Yeah. It's-
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a rapid fire before we close
Oh
shop
yeah.
today.
Oh, we haven't. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, we haven't even rapid fire
Okay,
yet.
okay, yeah, forgot the
But we
rapid
got
fire.
lunch after this. If I had known, right, about this whole nasi lemak situation, I would have stood by some for you.
never mind. So don't worry. We
Okay.
will do it. Maybe
Anyways.
tomorrow before I fly off.
Maybe if we have time, I would love to. Okay, quickly. Spontaneous
lying.
or
Never
script?
mind.
Yeah, I'm lying about the quickly thing. Of course, I'm going to try to keep as much of your time as I possibly can. Spontaneous or scripted
What?
in general?
Spontaneous.
Okay, next one. A joke that always works. Do you have a joke that always works?
Yeah. Always works.
Yeah, like a joke that has never failed you.
Oh, it's like if you don't get it, you better laugh. When the smarter ones are laughing, later you take Grab car, you're alone there, you're laughing.
Yeah.
The Grab driver will be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" So you better be with the same wavelength with the smarter ones.
Okay.
That one always works.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll
Because
keep
some
that in
people are
mind.
slow, right?
Yeah.
So they
it
don't get
takes some people some time.
Yeah, and that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your fave Singlish joke word or like slang? Like a Singlish phrase?
La is not funny anymore.
No, la is, I mean, disputable that it is Singlish. It belongs to multiple countries.
Yeah. Apa je?
Apa je?
Oh.
Okay, I think Malaysians can probably relate to that one too.
Yeah,
we love an apa je. Okay.
Apa je?
Apa je?
When the song came out, apa tu, right?
Yeah.
Everybody like, apa itu?
Oh,
apa je?
Okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
Nobody understood the Korean.
Yeah, we all claimed it, right, as our own.
Yeah.
As we tend to do.
Yes.
Okay. Where should I eat in Singapore the next time I'm there?
My house. I'll cook for you.
Have you just invited me to your
Yeah,
house?
I cook very well.
Kumar, you're
I'll
being
cook for you,
serious?
mi Bandung.
I really hope you're not joking. I will find you in Singapore.
I'm very good at cooking.
Have you actually just invited me to your house?
Yes.
I will come.
Come.
Our final question, and this one, the expectations are a little bit high.
Okay, don't ask the most dangerous question. Are you after all that, right?
This whole episode
God, this is
was just
Sunday.
a setup to trap you at the end. Can you imagine? No, I would never do that. You just invited me to your house. Why would I do that?
Okay.
No, but this is just, it's actually arguably worse.
Okay.
Kumar.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think Singapore is like? What have you heard? Singapore, what food is good? Like, do you think chicken rice? Have you heard, or do you think like 𝙎𝙃𝙄𝙎𝙊𝙀? Or what?
I mean, I have a lot of friends who are Singaporean, right? And I mean this with the greatest love for Singapore because everyone I know there is wonderful, right? But food, please forgive me. I was born and raised in Malaysia.
Yeah, I understand.
There's not a single.
Okay, let's not go there. Because there'll be a whole ranting going on.
No. It's not about the renting. Like I'm struggling. I'm so used to Malaysian food that when I go to Singapore, I will, I will eat it. But I will say that Malaysia, we just
Then
kind of...
when you come to Singapore, I'll bring you to a very nice nasi padang.
Promise.
Promise. Very nice. Very, very nice. It's at a shopping mall.
Okay.
Super good. Yeah, they did so well. They have a shop.
Okay.
And they bought over next door.
Okay.
That is Indonesian's cooking.
Okay.
Really, really good.
I will have to try it to believe it.
Yeah, but it's so good. It's like,
Okay, to be fair, I did have one very, very good dish in Singapore. There's a really famous, like near like Haji Lane kind of area, soup tulang merah.
Haji Lane, okay, they cook good food.
They cook good food.
Arab street,
Yeah. And then the murtabaks there are also decent, quite good, solid. Yeah, but food, right? Like every time I go there, I'm like, wow, actually very similar to home. But honestly, we always fight about this Singapore and Malaysia, but it's something we should embrace.
Like, can we just stop it?
Yeah.
I don't know why they're always fighting. I mean, clearly, it's just that you get better food here. But it's just that here more MSG.
I mean, I'm just going to hear the first part of that sentence and I'm running with it. As a Malaysian, all I heard is you get better food here.
Village Park.
Village Park. Yeah, you got to try. You got to try the nasi lemak.
Okay.
Nasi lemak is like multiple awards kind of nasi lemak. It's the most like happening. The nasi lemak is like 4 floors of nasi lemak. It's insane. It's a nasi lemak building now. Village Park. The one in, 3, 2. Maybe I'm exaggerating. 2. Something like that, more or less.
4 floors. Oh no, 2 floors now.
It's 2 floors, yeah.
Okay.
But
so what's the last question?
Okay, the last question. This is it's.
I never drank the coffee.
It's okay. You that's for you to take home. Actually, the mug. It's got your name on it. What is your favorite joke?
Favorite joke?
I know it's a bad question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all comedians hate this one, but
I don't have a favorite one, but
okay. It wasn't the one that I gave you outside. That was my best.
the Jack Sparrow.
Yes.
Okay lah. I don't have a favorite one, but I can give you one that I always end my night with.
Okay.
The definition of sex.
Perfect.
It's an injection with affection to the midsection from a projection without any objection, hopefully no infection. You have to understand it, yeah.
No,
Not you. I'm just saying, people don't get it, they won't get it.
I get it, but there's so many. That was incredible. There were so many conjugations
Yes.
in that if you don't pay attention, you lose yourself.
You lose yourself. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Most welcome, dear.
Absolutely such a star. We can't wait to watch you on stage here. And
Thank you.
it's going to be amazing. Malaysia is obviously so excited to see you. The only thing that I would recommend is if you could do like maybe 3
Because nobody
more
else
shows.
comes here, right?
What do you mean? Hey, no, we have been doing great. We've got a lot of people coming here now. But nobody as iconic as you. Like
No,
that
I'm
one
talking
has to
about
be
like you
admitted.
can't do those like Blackpink, all that, right here, because of the way they dress
No, they just change.
and wear baju kurung.
No, sometimes they.
They're not going to.
Hey God, I promise you, artists they comply with our dress code here.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't wear dress on stage.
Oh. Oh, yeah, like that lah.
Yeah lah.
It will be like that lah.
You want to please your audience.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
You have to do a bit of shifts lah.
Yeah. I mean, as do as the Romans like when you're in Rome, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
No, but that's excellent. And I still think that like I commend you for coming and for giving us a show. Anyways, thank you for
most welcome.
doing that.
My pleasure.
Truly, it's ours. I mean, have you seen the ticket sales? It's really Malaysia's pleasure. We're very happy to have you. So we'll catch you guys all at the show. Do you have any final words for your Malaysian audience out there who have watched this episode today?
Okay, so I want to tell all Malaysians to find happiness. It's very important to be happy, not by smiling. Internally, you have to be happy, and it's so important to smile. Genuinely. Love you, Malaysia.
No, thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
And we'll see you at your show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Macam biasa kita akan jumpa next week, same time, same place. Okay, guys? Bye!